From the periodic table to the pH scale, chemistry can mean a lot of things. For one teacher at Junction City High School, it means a lot more than the chemicals she mixes.
I try to have a very positive relationship with all my students. So I think that their experience in my classroom should be positive, and I want them to feel safe in here so that they can ask questions that they might not otherwise ask in a different class. So I try to build positive relationships with all of my students.
When I met Miss Sutter, it was junior year in my chemistry class, and I met her the first semester.
I met Miss Sutter my junior year when I had Chem 1 with her, and she was my teacher for that entire semester.
If she were my age, she would probably be one of my closest friends. She's really, really sweet and such a good teacher.
Aside from the love that she and her students share, the love for her family is what keeps them together.
As a family, we like to play games and cards. We're card people. And in my free time, I like to see movies. I go to the movies a lot. And travel.
But one day during November, everything changed for this high school teacher. Something that would change the way she looks at the world and shape how her students see her.
I had just started working here, so it was my third year teaching, because I taught 2 years before I came here. And in October, I found a lump, and so I went to the doctor, and the day after Thanksgiving, they told me that I had cancer. And so I had only been working here a few months when I found out. First I had chemotherapy. So I started that in January after I found out. And I did it every Friday through May. So after, I was still doing it after school got out. But at the end of May, I was done. Chemo, then I had surgery. So I had the mastectomy, and then I had radiation to make sure it was all gone. And then I had some reconstructive surgery after that. And that's when I got that bad infection the following year. It's kind of surreal, like, you know, this can't be really happening to me, you know. So, but when it sunk in that it was really a reality, I just wanted to make sure that my kids had like a normal time of it. So I wanted them to go on about their lives while I was going through treatment and everything. And I didn't want them to be like pulled down by it or sad or depressed about it. I just wanted them to have a normal life, even though it wasn't normal.
Other than just being her student, I was a good friend with one of her sons, and I've been over to their house, so I got to know her, kind of her at home, and I got to know her and pretty well. She's very much the same at home as she is at school.
I kind of figured that she was sick or at home when later she told us that she was at the hospital getting treatments. She had already made a huge bond with all of us, so I got really sad when she told us that she had cancer.
That was really hard to do because I had to tell all my classes, and so I would wait till there was like 2 minutes left in class, and I'd tell them, I have to tell you guys something. So I told them, and they were like shocked, most of them. Sorry. A couple of them cried. And then they were really supportive. So I told them, I have to go through chemotherapy, so I need you guys to be really good. And they were. And so then they'd do their assignment, and they'd come over here if they needed help. Because I was sick, you know, from the chemo. And I had a co-teacher, I had Miss Gorton, and she helped a lot. She took over a lot from when I couldn't teach. And some of the kids shaved their heads too, because I lost my hair. I just have a different perspective now on things, so like small things don't really get to me. So like I try not to clean my house as much as I used to, or you know, those things don't really bother me. So we try to, as a family, you know, spend more time together whenever we can, and joke around and laugh more. And I do that with my students too, because you know, life's short.